It is Friday, June 30th of 2023, and you are watching Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive. It's Friday. It's Friday of a pay week. So I have more money in my bank account now. That bank account's been looking a little sparse lately, with lots of medical bills being put out there. And I haven't had to dip into my somewhat meager savings account yet, thankfully. Hopefully I won't have to, but we will see. My God, just don't make me go broke so that I don't die. You know, I mean, that's the dream. That's the dream right there. Is don't take all my money so that I don't die. That's exactly how that works. I don't really have all that much saved up. Fortunately, Tracy, who is much more financially studious than I am, has been taking care of that from all the monies that I've been giving her throughout the years. Though my costs have gone up substantially in the last year. Starting with, because it was just last year, right around this time, that I went to the hospital because I had cellulitis in my right leg. So little by little, things have been amping up, and most of that was covered through insurance and a one-time annuity from where Tracy used to work, but that's starting to run out. So I've been trying not to tap into it, because once that's gone, it's gone forever. Part of the settlement that was made when her company that she was working for was bought out by another company that she worked for. I don't pretend to understand corporate finance and what makes certain things worth it as compared to other certain things. But that's what they came up with, and that's what everybody that had the power to agree to it agreed to. I don't know if Tracy would have agreed to it, but it wasn't really in her hands to make that decision, as is usually the case when you're dealing with money and power at that kind of level. We're all just kind of small potatoes along for the ride. That's exactly how that works. And we just hope they don't step on us. And not that that's, you know, I'm trying not to sound like I'm whining about it, because this is more or less the way things have always been. You know, the rich and powerful, for the most part, get their way unless they do something really egregious. But the rest of us just kind of hang on and hope for the best. We're not rich, we're not powerful, and we're not likely to become rich or powerful. And this kind of leads me into something I've run across lately, and I've talked about it a little bit on the My Mac podcast, and it's a phenomenon that's relatively recent that I do not understand, because it seems like it either brings out the worst in people, or these people were just not good people to begin with. And that's social influencers, who seem to have, oh my God, the biggest sense of entitlement because they have some number of followers on a social media platform, whether it's Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or you know, I mean, whatever the platform is that you've got a significant number of followers on. And there's one guy, and I don't want to say his name because quite frankly, he's really kind of a piece of crap. Was sort of, I don't want to say sort of famous, but his father was famous. And actually his father was famous for not really being a very good person. But it earned him, a significant amount of money and a significant amount of fame. And his son, who completely riding on the coattails of that fame and just being the most obnoxious and self-important person that he could possibly be, was down in Florida in a pink Mercedes SUV and just acting the fool, almost hitting people with his car. And when somebody called him out on it, he basically chased them into a parking lot, got out of his car, brandished a gun, hit somebody with a gun, took off in his pink Mercedes SUV, and then called the police saying that, obviously a spin control, calls the police and said that he was being threatened and needed to defend himself and blah, blah, blah. Well, the police show up because they have his name, because you called the police and they know who you are if you call them, and immediately became pretty hostile. And, his whole thing was, well, you can't prove I did anything. I don't, you show me the video. And it's like, the police are like, no, we really don't have to. We have reports from multiple witnesses that you were doing something really dumb, like I described earlier. And this is all alleged. To the best of my knowledge, he hasn't been convicted of anything. And just completely proceeded to act like an ass because he's got a million plus followers on Instagram or something. And it's like, dude, being internet famous doesn't entitle you to jack. It doesn't get you anything as far as being able to break the law and to do stupid things. You get caught doing stupid things by the police, well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's basically what he was doing. I mean, this guy is pretty much garbage. And based on what I've said, you could probably find out who he is. But he's really a garbage boy. And of course, on his social media accounts, immediately goes out and starts playing the victim. Like, the police did this, this, and this. And he was really mad because somebody, and typically the police don't release body cam video and don't release video evidence of current investigations. But somebody did a Freedom of Information Act and got the video and released it on YouTube. So, this guy's a-hole behavior is laid out in glorious living color on YouTube. And he's just acting like the fool. And he was mad because basically what he wanted was to be able to get the video footage himself. And most likely, I don't know if this is true or not, but based on everything else that he's done and everything else that he said is pretty much a lock, edit it so that he comes out looking better instead of releasing the entire thing. Edit it so that he doesn't come off looking like a jerk. And if you watch the video, he comes off looking like a jerk pretty much 100% of the time. So, it's like, don't behave like this and then pretend that your fame entitles you to have anything other than the consequences of your actions. And that's basically what he's done. And so now, you know, he doesn't live in Florida anymore. He was in California for a while, and now he's in, where is he at? I think he said he's in Hawaii now. And we'll see how long Hawaii puts up with his stupid nonsense. Because that's, I don't know, you know, I just don't get why people think that having a little bit of fame entitles you to do some of these, you know, to behave in this way and get away with it. And you shouldn't expect it, and you shouldn't believe that this is the way things are going to work out. And the police, for the most part, don't. They shouldn't, and they shouldn't as well. And does sometimes people with a little bit of fame or a little bit of political power get away with things that a normal person wouldn't get away with? Sure. Because police are human too, and sometimes either they're starstruck or they're afraid that, you know, they're gonna be accused of whatever, police brutality, especially in this day and age, because they're holding somebody accountable for their behavior. So this is I hope they throw the book at him, but chances are what's going to happen, he'll have to plead down to something that involves minor fines and no jail time or anything like that, because frankly the guy should go to jail for what he's done. You don't pistol whip someone and behave the way that you did and not have to at least face some kind of consequences, but chances are he won't. And that's too bad, because he really should. Anyway, that's what I think. So that's going to end it for today. Thank you all so very much for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive. I really appreciate the fact that you take the time. And I know I say this a lot, but I mean it, that you take the time to download, listen, or watch just the silly, crazy crap that I do. I do not take my admittedly smaller than his audience for granted. If you would like to help support the channel, and you don't have to, you can go to patreon.com/MacParrot. You can go to ko-fi.com/MacParrot. Or you can pay a pal at paypal.me/MacParrot. You can contact me. I am Guy at mymac.com or podcast@vertshark.com. You can reach me on the Twitters. I am MacParrot or VertShark over there on the Twitters. I am MacParrot at Counter Social and MacParrot at mastodon.social. Something else. I can never quite remember exactly how that works. If you look up MacParrot on Mastodon, you'll probably find me someplace in some way. What else? VertShark.com is the website that I post all my links to all my videos. I was going to use that for like a blog and stuff like that, but honestly, I have never really had the time to do something like that, and I much prefer to do it in this method, where it's kind of stream of consciousness kind of thing. But that, I think that's going to do it. I think that's everything. So I talked about how to contact me, and if you're crazy enough to want to fork over some cash, then again, I keep doing this whether you do or not. So, you know, there is absolutely zero obligation. There's no special videos that go out to just people who follow me or just people who contribute or all the rest of that. What you see is what you get. So again, thank you all so very, very much for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive, right here on Guy's Daily Drive. And we'll see all of you next time I do one of these. I'm really messing up this outro. That's okay. Bye-bye.